Welcome back to another employability session for your Employability Level 1 certificate. This is week 3, session 12. We are going to be looking at unit 31 with your job application skills. Please remember that for health and safety, to make sure that you are keeping safe online. Remember your safeguarding leads are Marie Spence and Tracy Turner. You'll have regular breaks throughout this session as well. We adhere to Prevent and British values, equality and diversity within our sessions. And please make sure that you have signed the register so that we know that you have attended this employability session. Today's aims and objectives are to know the types of information usually asked for in job applications, understand how a straightforward job application form should be completed and accompanying a written letter, and to complete evidence required to complete Unit 27. So the criteria you're going to be meeting today are 1.1, identify the type of information usually requested in a straightforward job application. 1.2, create a folder of the information that you will need for a job application and to ensure that is accurate and up to date. 2.1, complete a straightforward job application form accurately. And 2.2, write an accompanying letter and ready for it to be sent to an appropriate person, showing that you can select an appropriate format, address and date it properly, use an appropriate style of language, keeping it professional, and check the letter for mistakes and accuracy, so making sure that you are proofreading. Unit 27 is your job application skills. So job applications are just as important as your CV. Some companies actually prefer an application so they can ask you specifics and find out that information much quicker than it would be on your CV. This is because it is tailored to what the questions they are asking and only asks for the certain information that they want. In terms of your application forms, this is your chance to ensure that you give them all the information that they need to know you are a perfect candidate for the role. A job application is a legally defensible listing of all your employment history, educational background, degrees, qualifications, references, and more. What is on a job application form? So what may be on there is personal information, such as name, address, phone number, email address, national insurance number, eligibility to work in the UK, and whether you have any criminal convictions. It will have your education on there, so schools, certificates, skills and qualifications. Employment history, so your employer, the location, your job title and description, start and end dates, and reason for leaving. References should be on there as well, including the name, the job title, the company, address, phone and email for that reference. Normally there's 2 references, but some job applications may ask for 2 or more. Here is some sample job applications. They're very basic for these. As you can see, it's got your personal details on there. Your hours of work may be on there when you have availability to work, and also further information about your employment and references. So what we're going to do now is do an activity. So present your understanding of what information you have found on an application form. So in Teams, you will need to display what information is asked for on an application form. You can use your previous understanding as well as what you've learnt today. So this evidence needs to be well presented and clear, as it will be used towards Unit 27, Criteria 1.1. You can't do it on flip charts, you're more than welcome to do it on a PowerPoint presentation as well if you're completing this via Zoom. So your assessor will observe you on your presentation to meet this criteria again for Unit 27 1.1. This is your chance to showcase what you've learned, what knowledge you've gained, and also your presentation skills. What we're going to do now is create a personal folder. So you will need to create a personal folder with information about yourself and what you would need to fill in an application form. This evidence needs to be well presented and clear, as it will be used towards Unit 27, Criteria 1.2. An activity for you all is called Post-it Celebs. So you'll need a Post-it note and a pen. So stick on your Post-it note and write a name of a celebrity. So don't let anybody else see this celebrity. Stick it onto your forehead of the person on your right. If you're doing this on Zoom, just pop it on your own forehead. And you will need to keep the Post-it note on your forehead. You will now all take it in turns to ask questions to the group to figure out who you are. You can only ask one question per go, and you can only ask a yes or a no question. The group can then answer the question by only answering yes or no. So for example, you cannot ask, am I male or female? You can only ask, am I male? And this would need a yes or no answer. So if you've all got these pieces of paper, well, Post-it notes and your pens, choose a celebrity and then have fun playing this game. So filling in job applications. When filling in a job application form, it is important that you write everything down correctly and clearly without making mistakes, as well as putting as much detail in as required. If there is a box and you need to fill it out, and try not to leave anything blank. The application form is the first impression a company will have when they see this, and it will be of you. The job application, like your CV, needs to stand out. So ensure that you are informing the company of the skills, experience that you have, and that these need to be relevant to the role that you're applying for. You have all been given a job description and an application form to complete for that role. What you need to do is complete the application form for the role specified using the folder that you have created earlier and fill in your details to apply for the job. This application will be provided as evidence, so it needs to be clear and completed correctly to cover Unit 31, Criteria 2.1. Cover letters. If you need to write a cover letter, you need to ensure you follow the correct format of letter writing. You need to make sure that you've put your name, address, and the company's name and address in the right place. You need to explain what you are applying for and why you would be a suitable candidate. A cover letter can also be a first impression a company has before they look at your application or CV. So ensure that you keep it short and to the point, but to be professional. Your next activity is to write a cover letter. So write a cover letter for the job description that you've already received. Ensure cover letters that meet these following criteria, so that they need to be able to use an appropriate format, address and date appropriately, use appropriate style and language, keep it professional, no slang words or shortening words for this one, and then to check for mistakes and accuracy, so make sure you are proofreading. This letter will be provided as evidence, so it needs to be also clear and completed correctly to cover Unit 31, Criteria 2.1. Well done on completing those activities and handing in your evidence. So what we're going to do now is take a moment to reflect on what you've learnt today. So what did you learn before? What have you learnt today? What skills have you gained? And how are you going to use this in the future? Thank you very much for attending this session.